Now, if you noticed, these are sounds that we talked about when we were doing the vocal track, ooh, oh, ah, a, e. Remember all that stuff and how we want these closely related vowels to the vocal tract? And we're going to get into these exercises. In fact, I've included them in the audio workout so you can practice to these in the audio workouts. But let me just give you an example. I've closed down these vowels in a very classical sense. So if I go, right, they're very covered and closed. And when are we going to ever use that in pop music? We're not. So what we want to do too is we want to open up those vowels instead of real close. It's it's the same feeling in the back of the throat, by the way. So I'm not I'm not changing anything we've done. All I'm asking you guys to do is just open up the vowel a little bit. I'm not going to scream at you. I'm going to do it quieter so you can hear the difference. So one was la. The second one was la. Instead of being so covered. Let's come back down. Instead of instead of that, it's and I want you to get into a habit of doing that where you're opening up the vowels. So now remember too, this is also important. Our vowel modifications still apply. So if I'm low down here, let's start lower. I'll toggle between a covered classical sound and a contemporary sound. Okay, so classical, contemporary. Here I bring that sound into the front of the face. Allah, open. Allah. I'm still using my vibrato, and I've still got these sounds I'm opening up too. Notice too, though, the actual sound in the back of the throat is the same. Let's do it again. I'll do both back to back. Just brought farther forward to the chord. In a contemporary sense, I'm making these sounds even smaller. So let's stay with the contemporary sound for a second. Right? I'm staying with the contemporary sound, and my vowel modifications still apply. So the higher up I go, let's pretend I'm here. I'm not going to scream at you for a minute, so I'm going to back off the sound so you can really hear all the small gesticulations and the fine-tuning points of the nuances of these sounds. So I'll do really quiet. Remember, see how little movement? It's almost like a ventriloquist. I'm almost not moving that much at all in the vowel. You see I'm moving very little though. In bel canto, now let me do them back to back so you can hear the difference. I'll do bel canto first. See? Right? I'm just pulling back and I'm bringing a little more pharyngeal spread in the sound to contemporize the sound. But the throat, bel canto is genius, man. The classical way of singing, even though we're only allowed 5 vowel sounds, and I'm going to get into the different vowel sounds in volume 3 and how we actually have to increase those vowel sounds because there's a lot of missing vowels. We get a, e, o, u in Italian, and we don't get those in English. There's a lot more vowel sounds that we have to retranslate because there's a lot of missing things. Like love, a like lay. You know, I'll go into this later, but anyway, getting back to this feeling in the throat, is all we want to do is open up these vowels. I said, we went, here. I'm bringing that sound really forward into the front of the face. I'm using a lot of mask, which is to smile, and bring sound in the velonasal port. And we're going to get into this when we talk about glottal stops and glottal compression and all these different things. So we'll get to that later. But anyway, let's continue.